Hi everyone, it's me, Flower Child, and welcome to Friday's Tamriel Storyteller Hour. I've just gone live. I'm just doing a quick sound check. I'm not hearing anything. I hope I'm talking into the mic. I think I am, but sometimes things don't. Okay, there we go. I heard myself. Did you hear my voice? I did. And anyways, it is Friday, and I love doing the Storyteller Hour because I'm reading the lore right out of the books most of the time. Sometimes I get off onto a tangent and I get on my soapbox, but I think today I'm not going to do that. However, I want to welcome you to Storyteller Hour. Now I want to share with you something. But before I share it, let's go ahead and open up things. So let's go ahead and light the candles here. Let me pull out the apocryphal tome and open it up. Oh, there we go. Oh, we're just so set. Everything's ready to go. I'm going to take a walk for a moment and come up. In this library, in this scholastic hall, sanctuary, whatever you want to call it, I have my own little gallery up here of all of the artwork that I have, that we receive, and a couple of little doodad thingies that I've picked up along the way. So this is by no means an exhaustive gallery of art that is available in Tamriel. I wanted to share something with you. Last night on Stretch's home tour, that happens every Thursday night at 6 p.m. I happened to be there last night, and I helped live stream it. Okay, and I want you to know we went and visited the Tamriel National Museum of Art. So if you want to see every piece of art and tapestry that is made available to us here in this incredible world, I'm going to put stuff up on this area too. You need to watch that rerun episode last night and check it out. It was so exciting, and it's a bit of culture. Get culturized, put on some cool costume, and then sit down. Have your characters sit down and watch that episode. And maybe if you're lucky, you can one day get to visit the Tamriel National Museum of Art. All right, that's it. That's my plug. All right, I think we need to go downstairs, so I'm going to have to open me a portal here. Oh dear, I think I just sounded as if I was a wood elf. Let me open this portal here, okay? Here we go. Oh yeah, we're going down. Wink. You know what? Today I'm not going to read about a race. I'm not going to read about an area. Today I'm going to share with you the Legends of Nirn. And there are 10 of them. And that's what I'm going to read. And if you've forgotten, Nirn is kind of like the equivalent to the term Earth. It's like the planet or the realm in which we live. So we live on Nirn. Hey, look at who's here. Let's go talk to him and say good morning. Hello, good morning.
This research and study can wait until tomorrow. Birodar is ready to do something fun for a change. Something to get the fur ruffled, so to speak. You have gold, yes?
Well, it is Friday, so I'm sensing that you want to go out to market and go out on the town and that kind of stuff, right? Well, I'm still
There
talking
might
to
have
you.
been a misinterpretation of this one's intentions today. At
Okay.
the market,
Oh, you've already been
with
to the
the
market.
baker. Who
Oh
knew they
dear.
expected actual payment for the wretched moon sugar cakes?
Oh
They
dear.
should thank Biro for taking them off their hands, yes?
Vero, you have to remember when you go to the marketplace, nothing is for free. It all costs money. If it's for free, it's going to have a big sign with 4 letters FREE written over it. Okay, so oh my gosh, here's some coin. Go have some fun. Thank you for taking care of my library. Ah, boy, I don't know what to do with that guy. He just really believes in taking whatever he wants without paying for it. What do you do about that? All right, check it out. These are the 4 books we're going to read, or 4 books, 10 books we're going to read right now. They're all on this shelf, and then one is over here. And I know I've already read the Amulet of the Kings at the very, very, very beginning, but guess what? You get to hear it again because this is part of the collection called, I'll show it to you. Let's go in here. In our lore library, Legends of Nirn. And there you have it, all 10 of them. And by the way, for those of you who are interested, if you go to any merchant of the of a guild. Let me show you the guild. Oh my god, I'm so stupid today. I'm stupid every day. What can I say? It's just how I am. Not these guilds. Oh yeah, maybe these guilds, yeah. Oh, no. Well, you know those guilds like the Mages Guild. That's what I was thinking of. Anyways, if you go to a Mages merchant anywhere, you go to their stall, you can buy these 10 books right here. They come as a pack. So there you have it. All right, I think I'm going to come over here and have a seat. And yeah, are you ready? I know I'm ready. So since this is well, wait a minute. Since this is the first time I'm going to read these books to you, we do need to do one thing. Are you ready? We do need to open up this portion of the library so that we can really access the magic of the lore and bring it right on in. Oh yeah, there we go. Oop, you got it. And also the other thing, I just want to make sure that I really am reading what I'm supposed to be reading. So let's just check real quick. Let's double check. Is this what I'm supposed to be? Oh wait, I didn't. Oh gosh, a magic. I'm doing magic. Oh look at a dragon wanted to come and visit us today. Well, you know, I do have the portal of the dragon now because I finished my Westworld scribbing. Well, okay. I guess we're good to go. Let me sit down. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's start right here with this book. It's called The Amulet of Kings. The Amulet of Kings, first edition by Winningrus Manhana. In the first years of the First Era, a powerful race of elves called the Aelids, or the Heartland High Elves, ruled central Tamriel. With an iron hand, the high and haughty Aelids relied on their patrons, the treacherous Daedra lords, to provide armies of Daedra and dead spirits. With these fearless magical armies, the Aelids preyed without mercy upon the young races of men, slaughtering or enslaving them at their whim. On behalf of the suffering human races, Saint Alicia, the first in the line of the Cyrodiils, sought the aid of Akatosh, the dragon god of time and ruler of the noble Aedra. Akatosh, looking with pity upon the plight of men, drew precious blood from his own heart. Blessed Saint Alicia with this blood of dragons, and made a covenant. So long as Alicia's generations were true to the dragon's blood, Akatosh would endeavor to seal tight the gates of oblivion and deny the armies of Daedra and undead to their enemies, the Daedra-loving Ayleids. In token of this covenant, Akatosh gave to Alicia and her descendants the Amulet of Kings and the eternal dragon fires of the imperial city. Thus does Alicia become the first gem in the Cyrodiilic Amulet of Kings. The gem is the red diamond in the middle of the amulet. This is the symbol of the empire, surrounded by 8 other gems, one for each of the divines. So long as the empire shall maintain its worship of Akatosh and his kin, and so long as Alicia's heirs shall bear the Amulet of Kings, Akatosh and his divine kin maintain a strong barrier between Tamriel and oblivion, so that mortal man need never again fear the devastation summoned host of the Daedra lords. If the empire should slacken in its dedication to the 8 divines, or if the blood of Alicia's heirs should fail, then shall the barriers between Tamriel and the Daedra realms fall, and Daedra worshippers might summon lesser Daedra and undead spirits to trouble the races of men. And I think we've seen that happen, haven't we? We have. So I want to take a moment and honor the 8 again, because this is the sanctuary of the 8. We're just going to come right here to the shrine of the 8 and just pause a moment in quiet. Okay. Well, so far in this shrine, I've got, of course, High Elf. And over here, I do have Dark Elf. And coming soon will be Wood Elf and Ayleids. So I'll have the race of the Elven, of the Mare, all in this area. Okay, let's come back to our lore. Let's see. I think we're going to read about the Tamrielic artifacts. So we'll open book 1. Here we go. Tamrielic Artifacts Part 1. The following are notes gathered over the past centuries of items of unimaginable significance. All have been seen, owned, and lost again and again throughout Tamriel. Some may be myth, others may be hoax, but regardless, many have lost their lives attempting to find or protect these very coveted items. Boots of the Apostle. The boots of the Apostle are a true mystery. The wearer of the boots is rumored to be able to levitate, though nobody has ever seen them used. Bows of Shadows. Legend has it that the Bow of Shadow was forged by the Daedra Nocturnal. The legendary ranger Raelis Guile was granted the bow for a secret mission that failed, and the bow was lost. Rhaerys did not go down without a hearty fight, and it is said to have, with the aid of the bow, taken scores of his foes with him. The bow grants the user the ability of invisibility and increased speed. Many sightings of the Bow of Shadows have been reported, and it is even said that the sinister dark elf assassin Dram once wielded this bow. Chrysamere, the Paladin's Blade, is an ancient claymore with offensive capabilities surpassed only by its own defenses. It lends the wielder health, protects him or her from fire, and reflects any spells cast against the wielder back to the caster. Seldom has Chrysamere been wielded by any bladesman for any length of time, for it chooses not to favor one champion. The cuirass of the Savior's Hide. Another of Hircine's artifacts was the cuirass of the Savior's Hide. The cuirass has a special ability to resist magicka. Legend has it that Hircine awarded his peeled hide to the first and only mortal to have ever escaped his hunting grounds. This unknown mortal had the hide tailored into this magical cuirass for his future adventures. The Savior's Hide has a tendency to travel from hero to hero as though it has a mind of its own. Daedra Scourge. The Daedra Scourge is a mighty mace forged from sacred ebony in the fires of Fickledire. The legendary weapon of Makan. It was once a fierce weapon used to send spirits of darkness back into oblivion. The weapon has the ability to summon creatures from oblivion. Din Stagmir's Ring. All that is known of this ring is that it may grant the user protection from certain elements. Even the name Din Stagmir is a mystery. Ebony Mail. The ebony mail is a breastplate created before recorded history by the dark elven goddess Boethia. It is she who determines who should possess the ebony mail and for how long a time. If just judged worthy, its power grants the wearer added resistance of fire, magicka, and grants a magical shield. It is Boethia alone who determines when a person is ineligible to bear the ebony mail any longer, and the goddess can be very capricious. Eldon's Ward. Eldon was a holy knight of legend in Breton history. He was a sought-after man for his courage and determination to set all wrongs right. In one story, it is said that he rescued a baron's daughter from sure death at the hands of an evil warlord. For his reward, the baron spent all of his riches to have an enchanted shield built for Eldon. The shield grants Eldon the opportunity to heal his wounds. Fang of Hynectamet. Black Marsh was once known to be inhabited with what the Argonians called the Wamasu. Northern men considered them to be intelligent dragons with lightning for blood. One such mighty beast, Hynectamet, was slain by the northern men, though it took 7 days and nights and a score of men. One of the serving men took a fang home as a trophy. The fang was carved down into a blade and fashioned into a small dagger. The dagger mysteriously houses some of the beast's magical properties and grants the user the ability to do shock damage on an opponent. This unique dagger is seen occasionally by traveling heroes. Fists of Rondagulf. Randagulf of Clan Begalin goes down in Tamrielic history as one of the mightiest warriors from Skyrim. He was known for his courage and ferocity in battle, and was a factor in many battles. He finally met his fate when King Harald conquered Skyrim. King Harald respected this great hero and took Randagulf's gauntlets for his own. After King Harald died, the gauntlets disappeared. The king claimed that the fists granted the bearer added strength. Goldbrand, the magical sword, is almost a complete mystery. Thieves tell tales about its golden make and how it was actually forged by ancient dragons of the north. Their tales claim that it was given to a great knight who was sworn to protect the dragons. The sword lends its wielder the ability to do flame damage to an enemy. Goldbrand has not been cited in recent history and is said to be awaiting a worthy hero. Helm of Orien Bearclaw. One of Valenwood's legendary heroes is Orien Bearclaw, son of King Foam Todai. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. King Foam Todai. He was a respected clan hunter and a future leader. Wood Elven legend claims Orien single-handedly defeated Glenhafunva, the witch serpent of the Elven Wood, forever bringing peace to his clan. Orien would go on to accomplish numerous other deeds, eventually losing his life to the Kahatan flu. His helm stood as a monument of his stature for future generations to remember. The helm was lost eventually as the clan split, and is now a treasured artifact for adventurers. The helm of Orien Bearclaw is rumored to improve the wearer's agility and endurance. I wonder how many of these artifacts I have been able to locate. All right, let's see. Let's look at part 2. More. We've got some incredible artifacts here. The following are notes gathered over the past centuries on items of unimaginable significance. So as you can see, we open it up the same way. All have been seen, owned, and lost again and again throughout Tamriel. Some may be myth, others may be hoax, but regardless, many have lost their lives attempting to find or protect these very coveted items. Ice Blade of the Monarch. The Ice Blade of the Monarch is truly one of Tamriel's most prized artifacts. Legend has it that the evil archmage Almion Selmo enchanted the claymore of a great warrior with the soul of a frost monarch, a stronger form of the more common frost Atronach. The warrior Thurganar Assi was to play a part in the assassination of a great king in a far-off land and become the new leader. The assassination failed, and the archmage was imprisoned. The ice blade freezes all who feel its blade. The blade circulates from owner to owner, never settling in one place for long. Lord's Mail. Sometimes called the armor of Morihas, or the gift of Kinnereth. This is an ancient cuirass of unsurpassable quality. It grants the wearer power to absorb health, resist the effects of spells, and cure oneself of poison when used. It is said that whenever Kinnereth disdains the wearer unworthy, the Lord's Mail will be taken away and hidden on the next chosen one. Hidden for the next chosen one. Boy, I sure messed up that one. All right. Mace of Molag Bal. Also known as the Vampire's Mace, the Mace of Molag Bal drains its victims of magicka and gives it to the bearer. It also has the ability to transfer an enemy's strength to its wielder. Molag Bal has been quite free with his artifact. There are many legends about the mace. It seems to be a favorite for vanquishing wizards. Oh dear. The Mask of Clavicus Vile. Ever the vain one, Clavicus Vile made a mask suited to his own personality. The bearer of the mask is more likely to get a positive response from the people of Tamriel. The higher his personality, the larger the bonus. The best-known story of the mask tells the tale of Avelia, a noblewoman of some renown. As a young girl, she was grossly disfigured by a spiteful servant. Avelia made a dark deal with Clavicus Vile and received the mask in return. Though the mask did not change her looks, suddenly she had the respect and admiration of everyone. A year and a day after her marriage to a well-connected baron, Clavicus Vile reclaimed the mask. Although pregnant with his child, Avelia was banished from the baron's household. 21 years and 1 day later, Avelia's daughter claimed her vengeance by slaying the baron. Ooh, that sounds like an interesting quest. Mehrunes' razor. The Dark Brotherhood has coveted this ebony dagger for generations. This mythical artifact is capable of slaying any creature instantly. History does not record any bearers of Mehrunes' razor. However, the Dark Brotherhood was once decimated by a vicious internal power struggle. It is suspected that the razor was involved. The Mentor's Ring. This simple metal band is a prized possession for any apprentice to magic. It lends the wearer the ability to increase their intelligence and wisdom, thus making their use of magic more efficient. The High Wizard Carney Arson is said to be the creator of the ring. It was a construct for his young apprentices while studying under his guidance. After Azeron's death, the ring and several other possessions vanished and have since circulated throughout Tamriel. Ring of Khajiit. The Ring of the Khajiit is an ancient relic, hundreds of years older than Rajin, the thief that made the ring famous. It was Rajin who used the ring's powers to make himself invisible and as quick as the breath of wind. Using the ring, he became the most successful burglar in Elswere's history. Rajin's eventual fate is a mystery, but according to legend, the ring rebelled against such constant use and disappeared, leaving Rajin helpless before his enemies. Ring of the Finaster. The Ring of Finaster was made hundreds of years ago by a man who needed good defenses to survive his adventurous life. Thanks to the ring, Finaster lived for hundreds of years, and since then it has passed from one person to person. The ring improves its wearer's overall resistance to poison, magicka, and shock. Still, Finaster was cunning and cursed the ring so that it eventually disappears from its holder's possession and returns to another resting place, discontented to stay anywhere but with Finaster himself. Ring of Surroundings. Little is known of this prize, but it is said that it lends the wearer the ability to blend in with their surroundings. Ring of the Wind. No facts are known about this ring, but the title and the few rumors lend one to think it grants the wearer added speed. Oh, these are some good relics to know about. I think it would be really fun to create, to find these different relics, because they're within our fingertips. We have to go out and find them and do certain quests to receive them, and then once we have them, wear them. Wear all of the artifacts, as many of the artifacts as you can wear. I had to wet my whistle. I think it would be fun to do that, just to see what kind of an armor set. Because right now we have gauntlets, we have cuirass, we have boots, we have swords, we have daggers, we have rings, and we have an amulet, the Amulet of the Kings. So let's go on here. Let's read the Tamrielic Artifacts Part 3 and learn of the last. I'm not going to read the opening again, since you've already heard it twice. And if you need to hear it a third time, then find this book, the Artifacts book, and read it yourself. How's that? Let's go to the first one in this volume, Skull Crusher. The Skull Crusher is an amazingly large and powerful weapon. This war hammer was created in a fire, magically fueled by the wizard Dorak Gusal, and was forged by the great weaponsmith Hildbangard Ralamus. The steel is magically hardened, and the weight of the weapon is amazingly light, which makes for more powerful swings and deadly blows. The warhammer was to be put on display for a festival, but thieves got it first. The Skull Crusher still travels Tamriel in search of its creators. I would say go to Cyrodiil to look for that one, wouldn't you? Spear of Bitter Mercy. One of the more mysterious artifacts is the Spear of Bitter Mercy. Little to nothing is known about the spear. There are no recorded histories, but many believe it to be of Daedric origin. Spellbreaker. Spellbreaker, superficially a Dwemer tower shield, is one of the most ancient relics of Tamriel. Aside from its historical importance in the Battle of Rorgrin Salador, the Spellbreaker protects its wielder almost completely from any spellcaster, either by reflecting magics or silencing any mage about to cast a spell. It is said that Spellbreaker still searches for its original owner and will not remain the property of anyone else for long. For most, possessing Spellbreaker for any length of time is power enough. I'm going to take a little moment here. How many of you have gone into Westfield and started doing some of the side quests? Now, there's one that will take you to a fort, okay, which is, I think, up north. I don't know. And they use a shield. The warriors in there use a shield. They hold it up, and I don't know that I've ever seen. Maybe I just haven't paid attention, but I think that's a new action that's been put in to the new DLC. But it's could you imagine if they make a Spellbreaker shield like that you hold up when someone's casting a spell at you or a mage is attacking you, and you see an aura of energy shooting out from it towards you, and if it hits you, it affects damage. Oh, I think that would be really cool. And they call it Spellbreaker, and it's something that you work to acquire. Anyway, Staff of Hasidoki. Hasidoki was said to have been a very competitive wizard. He wandered the land in search for a wizard who was greater than he. To the best of all knowledge, he never found a wizard who could meet up to his challenge. It is said that he felt so lonely and isolated because so many feared his power that he bonded his life force into his very own staff, where his soul remains to this very day. Magic users all over Tamriel have been searching for this magical staff. Granting its wielder a protection of magicka is a sure prize for any magic user. Staff of Magnus. The Staff of Magnus, one of the elder artifacts of Tamriel, was a metaphysical battery of sorts for its creator, Magnus. When used, it absorbs an enemy's health and mystical energy. In time, the staff will abandon the mage who wields it before he becomes too powerful and upsets the mystical balance it is sworn to protect. Umbra Sword. The Umbra Sword was enchanted by the ancient witch Nainra wearer, and its sole purpose was the entrancement of souls. Used in conjunction with a soul gem, the sword allows the wielder the opportunity to imprison an enemy's soul in the gem. Nainra was executed for her evil creation, but not before she was able to hide the sword. The Umbra sword is very choosy when it comes to owners, and therefore remains hidden until a worthy one is found. Isn't that interesting? When a woman creates a weapon, she's considered evil, and her weapon is considered evil. It's so sexist. Vampiric Ring, one of the more deadly and rare artifacts in Tamriel, is the Vampiric Ring. It is said that the ring has the power to steal its victim's health and grant it to the wearer. The exact nature and origin of the ring is wholly unknown, but many elders speak of its evil creation in Morrowind long ago by a cult of vampire followers. The Vampiric Ring is an extremely rare artifact and is only seen every few hundred cycles of the moons. Warlock's Ring. There's a funny story about the term warlock. It was a creation by the Inquisition. They decided that, the term witch was only for females, which is not true. So they created the term warlock as a disguise for a male witch. Okay, a male witch. And the warlocks were sent in. They were part of the Inquisition to ferret out witches, women who knew the herbs and were healers and midwives. And warlock is not a positive term at all. Which I know it has nothing to do with Elderscrolls Online, but it's still interesting. So the Warlock's Ring of the Archmage Sirabane is one of the most popular relics of myth and fable. In Tamriel's ancient history, Sirabane saved all of the continent by judicious use of his ring, and ever since it has helped adventurers with less lofty goals. It is best known for its ability to reflect spells cast at its wearer and to improve his or her speed and to restore health. No adventurer can wear the Warlock's Ring for long, for it is said that the ring is Sirabane's alone to command. Well, there you have it. Artifacts. Go out and find some artifacts. How exciting. And wear them. Let's explore. All right, let's read this one. The Adabal A. Editor's note. The Adabal A is traditionally believed to be the memoirs of Morahas, consort to Elysia, the slave queen. While this cannot be historically verified, the Adabal A is certainly among the oldest written accounts to come down to us from the early First Era. Okay, there you have it. Perennial's death, and in the blood-floored throne room of white gold, the severed head of Perennial spoke to the winged bull, Morahas, demigod, lover of Elhesh, saying, "Our enemies have undone me and spread my body into hiding. In mockery of divine purpose, the Aelids cut me into eighths, for they are obsessed with the number." And Morihas, confused, snorted through his rings, saying, "Your crusades went beyond her, Council Whitestruck, but I am a bull, and therefore reckless in my wit. I think I would go and gore our prisoners if you had left any alive. You are blood made glorious, uncle, and will come again as fox animal or light. Sirod is still ours." Then Plinel spoke again for the last time. "Beware, Morihas, beware. With the foresight of death, I know now that my foe yet lives, bitter knowledge to take to my grave. Better that I have died believing myself the victor, although cast beyond the doors of night, he will return. Be vigilant. I can no longer shield the host of men from Umeral's retribution. Alicia's youth during the slave years. Tharif's original tribe is unknown, but she grew up in Shard, a non-Shardarvar lead, where the aliens herded in men from across all the Niben, Kothri, Need, Al, Ganam, Mena O, Kriath, though these were later known to be imported from the north, kept to Minovgi, who were eventually destroyed when the Flower King Nilichi made great sacrifice to an insect god named Lust. All Harad, Minoket, others, but this was Sirad, the heart of the Imperatum Salash, where men knew no freedom even to keep family or choice of name except in secret, and so to their alien masters all of these designations were irrelevant. Men were given over to the lifting of stones and the draining of the fields and the upkeep of temple and road, or to become art tortures for strange pleasures, as in the wailing wheels of Findasil and the gut gardens of Circen, and flesh sculpture which was everywhere among the slaves of the aliens in those days, or worse, the realms of the Fire King Hadtul, where the begetting of drugs drawn from the admixture of Daedrons into living hosts let one inhale new visions of torment, and children were set aflame for nighttime tiger sport. Morihas explains Alicia's names. Then Morihas said to them, "In your tales you have many names of her. Alesh, given to her in awe, that when translated sounds like a redundancy, the high, from which come the more familiar corruptions. Alashut, Aisha, Alicia. You knew her as Paravant, given to her when crowned, first of its kind, by which the gods meant a mortal worthy of the majesty that is killing, questing, healing, which is also Paraval, Pivesh, Peruthu, Perif, and in my case, for it is what I called her when we were lovers, Paravania, though she is gone to me. She remains bathed in stars, first Empress, Lady of Heaven, Queen Ut Sirad." And they considered themselves full answered and departed. Well, there you have it. One of the oldest books from the first era. This is a book every single one of us should have. Oh, I'm not going to be able to make it through all of the books today, which is interesting. Let's see, how many do I still have? Let me see. Let me come, whoops. Let me come close. Oops, why am I not? Oh, there we go. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have half the books. So you know what? I think today that I'm actually going to stop here. And next week I will finish the Legends of Nirn and read those 5 books to you. How's that sound? So let me give you a blessing. Come in close. Oh, come in closer. Oh, come in as close as you can get. That's it. Now let me give you a blessing. Shall I give you a blessing? I love giving blessings. All right, here we go. Open your eyes. Haha, no, I'm just teasing. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Receive my blessing. Biro, he walked right in front of the blessing energy. Did you still feel it? Did you still get the blessing? Well, no matter. I can give you another blessing. Let's see. What blessing shall I give you? Well, I guess I could give you a true sight viewing and let you know what you're made of. Shall I do that? Shall I give you a true sight blessing? Woo! You are magical indeed. Whoa ho ho. I didn't expect for that sigil to come flying out of my mechanism. You, viewer, yes, you are worthy to come and take part of Tamriel's Storyteller Hour. So I invite you to make contact with me, and next Friday, join me right here in Elderscrolls Online as we share the final 5 books of the Legends of Nirn. All right, you guys. I'll see you later. This is Flower 567. Thank you for listening, for tuning in. Have a great rest of your Friday. Have a wonderful weekend. Hey, here's a hint. I got to share this because this is an achievement. And who better to share my achievements with than you, dear viewer? And that is this. This Wednesday's the Gold Road Wood Elf Roleplay Theater has received 3,020 views. That's an all-time record. And isn't that pretty exciting? Because of that, you know what I have to do? I have to do a little jig. I have to do a little dance. Oh, yes, I'm going to do a little dance. Oh, dancing for you. Anyways, that's a great achievement for me. And I know for my cohort, Stretch. So, thanks everyone. Until next week, have a grand time adventuring for your relics in Elderscrolls Online.